Welcome back to part 5 of this tutorial series of making our first map, and we will just dive straight into texturing as it's not really hard to do. So we'll grab the texture tool, click browse, and I've got wallpaper already up in the filter. There are other textures that you can use, but I'll just use these textures here. That wallpaper will do fine. If we right click on one of our walls now, the texture will be applied. If it's not aligned correctly, hit fit. Because our brushes are 128 by 128, the texture should fit nicely, and also make world is ticked and face is ticked. Now that we've got that texture selected, right click the rest of that wall and also the wall adjacent from it, because if we've done this wall, I'll show you, in fact I'll show you an example right now. If that wall and that wall will have the same attributes, this wall however will be different, but we'll just apply the texture. Right, now if I hit fit, as you can see it's slightly changed there, because the walls have a different attribute. This wall will be the same as the wall across from it. So basically that wall and that wall are the same, that wall and that wall are the same texture wise. I have the attributes, and it should fit in the corners nicely if you use a brick texture or whatever. But anyway, we'll go into the floor, browse, just type in floor in the filter, just select yourself a nice floor. There's a custom texture that I've made. I'll show you how to do custom textures later on, but for now, in fact I'll apply this custom texture. There we go, there's a custom texture. It's not really good for a repeating texture. I don't actually use this texture for floors, but we'll just use it anyway. And now we'll put a ceiling, browse for tiles. There's a nice, tiles, tile. I did have a nice texture there, but it disappeared, and there it is. And right click for the ceiling. That's this room done. Wait a minute. Apply the texture there, and also there. As you can see, that's applying it at a different rotation. If you hit 90, it should sort that. Apply. Nope. It's other way about. It should be 270 then. Yep, that's fine. And apply that same attribute to there by right clicking, and we're good. Right. Now that we're in this room, we will start by a floor. Browse floor. I'm going to give this a concrete floor by right clicking, and then just right click all your brush faces, stairs, etc. There we go, we've got a floor, and now we'll get the walls. Oops, sorry. Browse for our wall textures. Wall. There's not really many wall textures in this, to be honest. Well, there's brick textures and such, but we'll just use this wallpaper then, I take it. Now, apply. In fact, I'll find a texture that's 128 by 128, and then I can find one. There we go. And the last textures we used, it was CSL I used. Right click, then hit fit. There we go. Just use that attribute to paint all the walls. There we go. And we still need a ceiling. Tile. Put another tiled ceiling in. Don't know what happened to that tile. Ah, there it is again. And right click, right click, right click. If you slide the one and right click, it'll keep the attributes. As you can see, it's gone nicely. But see, as soon as I hit fit, it goes off. See, and if I right click, it doesn't exactly look too good. As you can see, the textures are looking pretty rubbish. But that was just an example there. But I'll left click this one and reapply the attributes. So right click, right click, right click, and they line up nicely. Right click, there we go. We have a ceiling, and it will also be the same ceiling for in here. I'll just keep this brick texture in here. Click that and right click to apply. I'll just keep that texture. Give it a floor. And just use this metal floor. Doesn't really look good, but I'm just showing the general basics of texture in here. It's not anything spectacular or that. We can also texture the outside if we wish, but we're not going to see the outside or this part of the map anyway, so we'll just leave that the way it is. And that's it, pretty much textured. Close, select that texture, browse, take the filter off, and then select that texture and browse, and it should pop up with that. There we go. Now if we wanted to add this, we're not going to add this window on the inside. Well, we could. There you go, see it fits in. Oh, we'll need to hit fit there. That's not a wall, it's 128 by 128. So I will undo that, Control Z, Control Z. That texture's perfect, so last texture's used. There we go, we have a window. And I'll just hit fit. It's not going to change, it's already fitted. There we go, we've got a window. So if we use 128 by 128, the textures are going to fit nice and perfect. I don't know why we want that sort of window in here anyway, it's just to give you an idea. I generally use my own textures, because as you could see there, if I browse for wallpaper, it's just going to be plain all the way around, if you know what I mean. It's just going to be that one texture all the way around, like it is in here with the bricks. It's just the same texture all the way around, except you can add that window in with that texture. Another one you can do is templates. Browse, filter templates, and you can also apply these in your rooms, and it'll give you a wee bit more usability with it, if you know what I mean. Like you've got, there's an example there, that texture there, that texture there look the same except it's got windows, and then there's that texture again with a different type of window, so you've got more variety and you can give it more to it than just the plain wall all the way around. But for this, I'll go into the tutorials later on. For this tutorial it's just going to be plain simple textured. The next tutorial I will add in a couple of lights and spawn points and buy zones so that we can play the map and test it out and see how it looks. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials so far and have fun.